application of TCP/IP is more like the roads. How many of you have heard of TCP/IP? Okay. How many haven't heard of TCP/IP? Okay, cool. So TCP/IP is the protocol that enables the entire internet to exist. So it's a protocol that existed in the 70s. That protocol enables packets of data to be transmitted from your device to the other device. So when you're having video chat, you're in Seoul, someone else is in Los Angeles, millions of those packets, small packets, they travel through the wires and wirelessly per second, and they get to be delivered to show your face in Los Angeles along with the sound. But they cannot transmit value. So if any one of those packets, let's say, represents the ownership of your home, and you were to take that packet and send it to someone in Los Angeles, well, guess what? You can send it to millions of other people who owns your home, or your car, or if it represents your money. Because you can make copies of it, it cannot hold and transmit value. Now with that, with Bitcoin, we did a ledger that is replicated across the globe. But what if we're able to get to those network packets and say, hey, network packet, I'm going to modify you so you're going to be able to hold value. I'll leave the other packet for video or whatnot or information, that's fine, it's called TCP/IP. But this other packet, I'm going to modify it. And what I'm going to do to modify it, let's say we give it a unique number, universally. Can we give enough unique numbers to packets? Well, how many of you have heard of binary tree as a data structure? How many haven't heard of binary tree? Okay, so binary tree is basically, you know, like the apple tree or orange tree, but this is binary. It has like, imagine this in reverse. So this is the root, each one will have 2 and 2 and 2, it's called binary, okay? If it was decimal, it will have 10, but this is binary. This is a fundamental thing in every single computer that is out there. Now the cool thing about this tree, what I showed you, if any one of you, this is the first time you've seen binary tree, please raise your hand. Thank you so much. Okay, so this is the first time you've seen this. Can you imagine 256 levels of this? Just imagine the levels. Can you? I'll try. Okay, fantastic. So the cool thing about this is that every Homo sapien can imagine 256 levels. When it's a binary search tree that is fully saturated and complete, every computer, even from the 70s, can traverse it. But yet, all the computers in the world combined, multiplied by billion, trillion, they cannot build this tree. Why? At level 160, it has more points in it than the estimated atoms in the universe. So now, if you know that, can you have packets that they have unique numbers in your device, can represent every single thing of value. And then when you transmit that thing of value, whether it is a lighter or pen or whatnot, whoever owns it, in that structure, so let's say the owners, there are also unique numbers in that structure, can only exist to a single owner at any given time, and not more than one. Now that is cool. And like I said, each and every one of you is holding a device that can compute this. And to contribute to computing this, so let's say each and every device is taking only 8 packets per minute, SmartCity, that needs to be self-sustainable, looks at its own people. Look at itself. What does it have? It has the people, the network, and smartphones. In most smart cities, they don't have other things than that. That's all it needs to run. That's all it needs to scale. That's all it needs to be efficient, secure, confidential, and interoperable. Interoperable, why? We said these packets, they're unique universally, not just on this planet. So if you ever run across some Martians or whatnot, we can still exchange with them. So with this, every single company, every single project can build on top of it. With this, we have several deployments that they're coming and trying to look into it, like Ethereum, on Torah. Torah, by the way, in Hebrew it means thank you, but it's not why we call it Torah. Long story. So that is a protocol that enables everyone to build on top of it. Again, it's for free, it's like TCP/IP. Currently, in our companies, we monetize on what we know, and the rest of your people are skeptical. What Hassan mentioned earlier is what we actually monetize on. So by the time everybody knows what we know, there is no business for us, but from now until then, there's a lot of business, so that's what we're doing. So to summarize that, those security, efficiency, confidentiality, scalability, and interoperability. When a lot of people, you hear them talking about scalability in the existing blockchain, ask them, is it going to be secure? Meaning that fully decentralized? If it's not, you probably don't want it to be scalable, because databases did that a long time ago. We don't really need centralized systems that can scale, okay? We knew how to do this 30 years ago. Is it efficient? If it's not efficient, you're not going to use it. Your business will fail to use something that's not efficient. And how do you measure efficiency? Efficiency is a relative term. Let's say you're paying for something that is like worth $2. But if the cost is $20, that's not efficient, okay? It is a relative term, but you can easily measure it. Is it confidential? By design, a ledger that is replicated, by design, it is not confidential. So if you want to make it confidential, you need to pay money. You can't just get it confidential just like, because you just said so. That's going to cost some computation. But if it is confidential by design, then you need to look at scalability. And lastly, the interoperability needs to be exchanged with everyone else. So I put it in one word here, and it's intentionally for each and every one of you, you can remember this word. Because when you wake up in the morning, you wake up, you want to feel sexy. When you go to sleep, you want to go to sleep feeling sexy. When you have a blockchain, you also want to be sexy. Thank you very much.
피자주의 코파운더님이신 투피 살리바님께서 아주 재미있게 발표를 해주셨습니다. 마지막에 섹시라고 한 것까지